So my name's Faye, I'm from Shropshire in England, and I found out about the eco-education programme through the Gotoco's Instagram. It was just a story that I saw, so I'd previously done the TESOL programme and was following Gotoco from that, and then just one day kind of saw their story about the eco project, so sent an email to Lottie asking for more information. Yeah, so the volunteering opportunity that I set up is based in San Lucas Tolimán. It's working with Chatty, who is kind of a big person in this town. She does lots of different projects, working with lots of different organisations here, all on a voluntary basis, but she also is the owner of the hotel here and restaurant and bar. And one of the things they offer the guests here at the hotel is the opportunity to go kayak out on the lake. So I decided to contact Chatty to see if it was possible to borrow one of these canoes to go out on the lake and to collect some of the rubbish and plastic that is basically floating around in the lake to try and clear it up. So a lot of the shoreline of Lake Atalan is actually privately owned, so the locals don't have access to it, but in the areas that they do, it becomes very littered with bits of plastic and just general rubbish that people have. There aren't a lot of bins around for you to be able to put your rubbish into, so that means that people just throw it on the floor a lot of the time, and then this kind of gets picked up by the lake water itself and washed into the lake. And then you kind of have pools where you get kind of the algae and weeds growing, all the rubbish kind of collects in these areas and kind of causes a great Atalan garbage patch essentially in these specific areas. And so the idea is that we're removing this plastic from the lake. It's helping the tourism of the lake, it's making it look more beautiful, but it's also just helping the wildlife here. You get a lot of small scale fisheries as well. So it's also just helping the marine health and wildlife as well. So it tends to be 2 hours in the morning that I go out. I'll have a bin bag, and the goal is to basically fill this bin bag of rubbish and collect as much as I can, roughly within these 2 hours. Sometimes I will spend longer out on the lake. It just kind of depends on the day. Yeah, so I'm currently in the process of chatting to Chatty about the possibility of having guests being given a bag, and it's a case of, if you fill this bag of rubbish while you're out kayaking on the lake, you can have like a free drink at the bar, so whatever cheap beers and things that they have, that guests can do that, so they can get involved in a little bit of ecotourism themselves. But if not, also just having one or two participants be able to come in future cohorts and be able to spend a few weeks volunteering out on the lake, again just clearing as much of the rubbish as they can within kind of this region of the lake, as you can kind of get quite far out in the time that you have. So kind of this San Lucas area of the lake is therefore being cleaned, and hopefully will bring a lot more tourists to the areas. It's very, very local. It's not really a tourist destination on the lake, which makes it a great place to come and stay as a participant, to be somewhere a bit more local. But it also means that if a few more tourists do come to the area, it's also helping their local economy too. So my next volunteering opportunity is in Santiago. I'm going to be working at Dreamland. So kind of going back to where I was at the start of the programme and doing a bit more around the permaculture. I think we do a little bit of bioconstruction and stuff there as well. So kind of making a bit more of a full loop and starting and finishing the programme with some permaculture.